Welcome back again, everybody. This time we're going to be looking at Super7's Baroness from Wave 2 of the G.I.JOE Ultimates line. So let's go ahead and pop her out of this shipper box. Alright, and as with all the other Cobra characters, she is in this blue metallic camo package with her dog tags. Slip reveal. Okay. Ugh. Yeah, ugh. That's my response. Ugh. Alright, I'm getting a lot of April O'Neil vibes here. And if you don't know what I mean, Super7's TMNT Ultimates line, April O'Neil had this very bad glossy skin finish. And yeah, this Baroness looks terrible. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This Baroness figure looks darn awful in this box. Ugh. Alright, well, let's just get through it. Anyway, let's take a look at the back. Got episode specific photos from the show. This is the Baroness from the 4-part miniseries. This is her first appearance in the cartoon. She was in this blue jumpsuit. It is not a fan favorite, though I'm sure a lot of people are ecstatic to get her in this suit. The recent wave that went up for pre-order last month had her in her traditional black Cobra uniform outfit, and I was so thrilled that they decided to do that sooner rather than later, because I would have hated to get to a point in the line and we not get a proper Baroness. That being said, I like Baroness, so I'm okay with getting multiple styles of Baroness. She was one of my favorite characters from the show, hands down. So let's take a look at her bio on the back. Baroness, Intelligence Officer. Primary military specialty, intelligence. Secondary military specialty, fixed wing pilot. Birthplace, classified. I think we know where she was born. The spoiled offspring of wealthy European aristocrats, the Baroness graduated from student radicalism into international terrorism and finally into the ranks of Cobra. She was severely burned during a Cobra night attack operation and has had extensive plastic surgery. Rumor has it that she is the only one who knows Destro's secret identity. Qualified expert, M16, AK-47, RPG-7, Uzi, His tank operator. Her principal weakness is in the division of her loyalty between Cobra Commander and Destro. Her chief strength would seem to lie in her ability to play them against each other. Just like a woman, right? That's a joke. Alright. So let's go ahead and get this hideous looking figure out of the box. We have Baroness here, and alright, now that she's out of the box, I see some issues. Okay, well, first off, let's take a look at her face. As I mentioned, she has this very glossy look. They tried to flesh it out with some blush paint on the cheeks and the chin. I don't think that really helped. She has her glasses, which I'm not sure are removable. They do not seem to be removable, which is a shame. I think they're glued into place. I'm afraid to break them. But they look good. The glasses look good. They're nice green, translucent plastic. Her eyes, you can't really tell, but they're painted white with just regular pupils. Her hair is a flat black on the main head, which looks good. I don't think the sculpt's bad. It's just that glossy plastic on the face just is very deterring. It looks like she's got very oily skin, because once you get past the blush, it just looks very shiny. She has significant paint slop around this shoulder collar. It just looks nasty. It looks like they just globbed paint around that, as well as the neck collar. There is some gross flashing right there on the side of her neck where it was glued together. There's plastic running up it. You're not going to see that with her head down really, but I see it looking straight down. If I look into the gaps, I can just see it, and it looks bad. I don't like it. I don't like it. First initial impressions is loose joints. I don't know what's going on with that upper torso, but it is basically just flopping around. I don't like that. Head articulation is going to be limited because her hair fits around her shoulders, so that's about all you're going to do. There is no back or front, it's just that. She has her shoulders, which hinge up and rotate. She's got these upper arm swivels, which, as with Destro, are very gummy. Look how gummy that is. That is unnecessarily gummy. And then she has her bicep swivels and hinges. They do swivel and hinge. I do not like this pointy gap right here. I don't know why they did that. It just looks ugly. But this waist, this upper torso, it swivels a lot better than, say, the waist bobble, which she also has. But it's just really wonky and wobbly for some reason. So if you want her to stand straight up, at least with mine, she's not going to do that. She falls right back. And I don't know if that's the weight of the hair or just the loose bobble. As her wrist hinge and swivels. Again, the upper and lower waist bobble. This belt is a softer plastic, as was Destro's. So it kind of doesn't hinder it. Her motion is a lot better than Destro's, but as I'm saying, that loose bobble's really hindering that. Her hips are kind of loose. They're not as tight as I'd like them to be. I do like this blue stripe that they painted down the side. That's about the only clean part. Well, not even that clean. Her leg doesn't go up very high. As I mentioned, this is a hard plastic pelvis. I wish they would have went with the soft plastic covering the hip and waist articulation underneath, as McFarlane is very good with that. And I wish they'd learn from other companies, because once you push up, that hip's going to get this little stress mark right here from hitting the pelvis. And so prolonged posability like this is going to leave marks on your plastic. It does have a swivel, but she does not get that much of a range of articulation on the leg going up because it hits. She gets a pretty good wide out splay though. And her knee isn't even a 90, so she's very limited in her articulation. She has a boot twist though, which is good because I don't think Destro had a boot twist. And this continues over to the other side. She has a nice little hinge and rocker ankle. And I really like the glossy paint of the boots. I would have liked them to have been just as glossy on the hands, but the boots are a lot more glossier. And at least the feet are tight. They're nice and tight. Articulation's kind of wonky on this figure. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of the blue jumpsuit. This was her first appearance though. I'm so glad that they're going to get to the black suit version. At least the hair looks nicely sculpted. So let's take a look at her other heads. She has a smirking head, which I like the smirking head. These glasses on this one, I don't know what's going on, but they're not straight. I don't know if I push down on in the hair, maybe it'll straighten out. Yeah, it looks like I can get them straight, but they were not straight at first. They still aren't really straight. Yes, you gotta be careful. I don't think they were 100% glued into place properly. They might even peg into the side of her head and then are glued in place. I can't really tell. But I do like this look. I wish if her glasses were properly aligned, they would sit about right there, and you can see her raised eyebrows. But maybe if I heat it up, I can get it to stay down there. But I do like this head. This is a more expressionable head than this one. I like this one a lot more. I would probably use this one. She also comes with her round glasses and a gray hair look. I believe this is supposed to be her older, like an older Baroness. I really like this silver, blue, gray highlight in the hair, but these glasses aren't painted cleanly, and there's paint rub on the eyebrow. So this one's just completely sloppy. The brim of the glasses is got paint rub on it. There's paint runoff on the top of the brim of the glasses. That eyebrow is not painted properly. Other than that, it would have been a great alternate head. From a distance, not too bad, I guess. This is the same colored hairstyle, but this is her with her gas mask on. I do not trust this hose. It already looks like it's breaking. It's got this very flimsy peg in it. I would advise you not messing with this because it is a very soft plastic. And that thing, I don't know what they were thinking, but that's going to break. That is so flimsy. Just pulling on it like I am to look at it, I'm pulling on it very lightly, and I'm scared it's going to just break in half. I don't know what they were thinking. They should have just made this one piece for the nose, and the nose piece glued on instead of a peg going into it. That's just dumb. But anyways, you would put this on her, and this would wrap around her arm or chest, I guess. I will not be using this. I won't even be attempting to put this on because I'm just going to break that hose. She has this strap. I'm not sure what the strap goes to yet. I believe it might be the machine gun, but we'll find out. And she's got this pistol. I'm not sure what this pistol is, but it's got this magazine out the side right here, a targeting reticle on the back, and an antenna. I like it. It looks pretty cool. Very cartoony. She has another pistol. Pretty cool. Pretty interesting. I like that they keep it to the flat gray colors on the weapons because, you know, it was cartoon. I love this little pistol. This is more like something she would probably use. Then she has a rifle. Long rifle. And yes, this is for the strap. The strap has two ends with two different size pegs. The large peg goes into the side here, and then the small peg will attach to the barrel here. And it does not want to go in very well. It goes in one side easier than the other, and so she could have this strapped on her shoulder if you wanted. She comes with a knife. This is a knife, a little dagger. It is warped. It is a kind of a flimsy plastic, very cheap to the feel. This will probably break if you mess with it too much. Then she comes with this cool little syringe. Is this necessary? Absolutely not. This is something that 99% of the people who buy this figure are probably going to lose. But it is neat little accessory to have. This is what I like. Will it work though? This is what I wish they would have did with the bat. A detachable holster instead of having it permanently glued to the figure. So maybe they learned from their first mistake with the bat, but this is specifically for this small pistol. It fits just so, and this peg is kind of too big. But it will peg close, and then it goes on her right side in this little peg slot right there. And does it fit well? It is iffy. I just feel like they just don't know what to do sometimes with these ideas. This holster is a very soft plastic. That's a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it means you can open it and close it relatively easily. It's a bad thing because it makes it difficult to attach to the figure. So boiling it's not going to make it any easier because it's already a super soft rubber. But you can get finagling in there a little bit. It doesn't look that good attached to the figure. I gotta be honest. I don't like it. I'll probably not have this attached to her. Yeah, I think she looks better without it. She comes with 7 extra hands. She has the 2 closed fists in the package. She has 2 pointing fingers. She has a vertical articulated fist. This is probably for the dagger because it is open. She has 2 grabby hands for like the forearm of a rifle. She has a syringe hand. I guess this is specifically for the syringe because I never have seen any other way to do a syringe than with this motion. And then a trigger finger. Again, only one trigger finger. I don't understand why that is the case. Got the dagger hand. Dagger fits in there just so. Looks good. Try this syringe hand. It should be a simple one-way motion There you go. Got her syringe hand. Be careful with the tip of this. It is soft, but I can see you popping that little tip off of that. But that's cool. You got a little syringe hand. Now, this accessory would have been completely useless if they didn't give you a good way to use it. And the fact that they included a syringe hand makes it that much more interesting. She is kind of a sexy doctor-ish kind of character, so yeah, that works for me. Single trigger finger. Does that hold everything? Holds this gun pretty good. Be careful when putting this gun in her hand or anything, as this is a very kind of pliable little antenna, and I thought I almost broke it just now. Alright, it works well with that gun. Looks good. This hand is pretty much universal for all of her guns. Even works well with the rifle. Like, fits in good. What about the little pistol? What about the little pistol in a holster? Let's see. Strangely enough, it works just well with that too. So let's go ahead and swap out these heads. As you can see right there, that's what I was talking about with this gross flashing around the neck and that yellow paint and that glue sticking out. It looks terrible. That side is hideous. It's like they just figured, well, her head's going to be on all the time, so you're not going to see that. But it looks just darned awful. So let's go ahead and pop her smirking head on, because I think that's my favorite one. If it goes on, yeah, there it goes. I wish she had a little bit more neck articulation. That could have been fixed if they did what they did with the bat. Had her neck had two joints. That way she could have looked up and down and left to right, even with the hair. And I just feel like they dropped the ball with simple concepts and designs. I feel like the engineering team should have thought about that and been able to implement it in some fashion. Let's give her this. Well, I gotta say, I'm not exactly in love with this figure. That the bad paint, the bad waist wobble right there. She has a nice accessory count and some pretty cool accessories, but I don't know. This holster is terrible. I thought it would be a good thing that it was detachable, but they somehow messed that up. The heads are okay, but the skin is just way too glossy. Some of the paint apps are very bad. Some of the accessories have very weak points. Like, this is a cool alternate head, but this, look how wiggly that is. There's no way this is going to survive the lifetime of this figure. Even if I set it in a bag and just left it there, this thing is probably going to get firm with age and just break off on its own. Other than that, it's an okay figure. I think she's passable, but not for $55. I'm sorry, this is not the quality I expect from this price point. And I gotta say, I wasn't exactly thrilled with a lot of the classified versions of Baroness either, but I think they look better and have better accessories, and they're a lot cheaper. So I already know this is going to be the weakest figure of this wave unless one of the other two break. I can't wait to replace her with the Wave 4 Baroness. I don't have a lot of other things positive to say about this figure. Anyway, this has been an unboxing and review of Baroness from G.I.JOE Ultimates Wave 2 from Super 7. And I am your Supreme Toys. Thank you for watching.